Vunair Airlines is one of the largest airline companies in the world. They operate flights to all major tourist destinations, and have a large IT environment to support their business. Like many other organizations, they are implementing CA ControlMinder to secure their IT environment. However, before implementing CA ControlMinder, they want to scope the size of their implementation and allocate resources accordingly. Let's go ahead and review some information that will help them scope their implementation. Please note that all the tables and figures used in this video can be found in the CA ControlMinder implementation guide. One of the key activities while sizing an implementation is to specify the amount of database size that you would allocate for various components of the Enterprise Management Server and the Report Portal Server. For example, if you have 5,000 CA ControlMinder endpoints, you will need 25 GB space to store the associated report snapshot. Please note that you need to install one distribution server for every 3,000 CA ControlMinder endpoints. Since Vunair Airlines plans to use advanced policy management, they may need to consider an important database sizing limitation. The CA ControlMinder database is limited to 1 million objects. If the CA ControlMinder database in your enterprise is expected to hold 1 million objects, you need to remove old deployment objects that are no longer in use. Let us illustrate how this can be used for Vunair Airlines. Let us assume that Vunair Airlines has 5,000 endpoints, and each endpoint has 50 policies. As a result, each DMS has 250,000 deployment objects. If you have 4 versions of each policy, then we have 1 million deployment objects. In such a case, the CA ControlMinder administrators in Vunair will need to remove old deployment objects. The implementation team in Vunair Airlines can use the following information to estimate how much network traffic would be generated in their environment by using CA ControlMinder. They can then decide the network bandwidth that would be needed to support a full-fledged implementation. For example, when CA ControlMinder has to discover 100 users simultaneously using the SAM agentless discovery, approximately 2 megabytes of data would be transferred to the Enterprise Management Server. The implementation team in Vunair Airlines can review the testing data published by CA Technologies for small, medium, and large enterprises. Since the current implementation in Vunair Airlines matches a medium implementation environment, let's review the test's results for a medium enterprise. The typical architecture recommended for a medium-sized implementation is to use Apache Load to effectively distribute the workload across multiple instances of enterprise management or distribution servers. A common challenge Vunair airline administrators anticipate is that a large number of users may simultaneously try to access the Enterprise Management Server. If they have only one Enterprise Management Server, there is a probability that the users may experience performance issues or the server might crash. In such situations, they can use a software load balancer to distribute the requests among multiple enterprise management servers. The implementation team in Vunair Airlines can also use this table, which lists the database activity during the performance testing for CA ControlMinder. Since the current implementation in Vunair Airlines matches a medium implementation environment, they can focus on the data associated with that section. We hope you now understand some of the sizing considerations associated with implementing CA ControlMinder. To learn more about CA ControlMinder, please visit the CA Education website.